No masterpiece.
10 bad bitches and they after me. Ah, what? Come on. What's up, y'all? This is your Real Housewives of New York review, episode 2 of season 12 on your asses. Hope y'all can see me. I hope y'all can see me. See the diva. Oh. Diva's been doing yoga, girl. Let me tell you something. There's this girl on YouTube that I do yoga with, right? But now she's doing a 30-day challenge. I don't know what day she's on, but I started the other day. I'll post it in the community page. You guys can do it. I'm on day 3. It's only in the morning. It's supposed to be in the morning. So when I'm done here, I'm going to go do that. If I have time, I'm going to go and do some yoga. If not, like yesterday, I didn't do it until 2 o'clock in the afternoon because probably later than that. I think until I was off of work. I think it was, yeah, it was at 4 something. It was at 4 something that I did it. Honey, as long as I do it every day. Okay, so they start off with Sonia and Tinsley. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know that you stopped by, okay? Go ahead and like it. Hit the thumbs up right now. You're not going to miss a thing. I promise you. All right. All right, so they start off with Sonia and Tinsley. They're out on some deck somewhere having drinks. They start talking about the issues that Dorinda has with Tinsley and how Tinsley is not transparent when it comes to Scott. And Sonia was like, well, you're transparent with me. And Leah's like, Leah shows up. And Leah's like, well, yeah, you're transparent with me. I don't know what she's talking about. And then Leah was like, maybe she's not transparent with you because you call her a whore. That's what she says, which was funny. Dorinda is complaining that Tinsley is not being forthright. Tinsley says, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm allowed to go back and forth in a relationship with this person. No arguments out of me. I think what Dorinda has a problem with is that Tinsley isn't telling her every move and she feels like she's lying. You know how you have a guy friend or a girlfriend who is going back and forth in a relationship with somebody, and sometimes they feel like they don't want to share when they're back in the relationship with the people because when they were off, they talk so much crazy shit about the person and how they was never going back and it's done and it's over, and now they back with the person. You might be a little bit embarrassed, right, to share that with your close friends. And I think that's what's going on with Tinsley. I think whether she could, like she says, I'm allowed to go back and forth in a relationship, she might be embarrassed and might not want to share, you know, we break up 1 week and 3 days later we back together and 2 days later we break up. You don't need to hear every time we go in and out of the relationship, Dorinda. I think that's what Tinsley is saying. That's what it sounds like to me. People go back and forth in relationships all the time. That's a true statement. Leah says she's getting her tattoo removed. It's on her lower back, which is referred to as a tramp stamp. It's an ugly ass tattoo. The shit is ugly as hell. But then they start the tattoo shaming. And I have to remember that Dorinda, Ramona, Sonia, they are women of a certain age and of a certain era. I would refer to them as baby boomers, right? Baby boomers have a problem with tattoos, piercings, they just really, you're not going to be able to get a job. You're not going to be able, you look dirty. You're not, just all of these negative feelings about tattoos. And the theme of the negative feelings about tattoos goes through the entire episode, especially once they start sharing with Dorinda. And I don't really like the way that Dorinda was talking to Leah. I like Dorinda. Dorinda is actually my favorite housewife, but I just didn't like the way that she was like, bitch, we just met. You can't joke with me about me bending over and a man seeing my tattoo and knowing and remembering my name. We can't joke like that yet. Relax. And then maybe once we get a little drinks in us and we start joking and stuff, but you don't know me, bitch. And you saying it with some disgust and with some disdain. I caught all Dorinda shade. And then Dorinda want to act like, well, Sonia was joking with you. Bitch, Sonia and I have a rapport. You and I don't. So we can't joke like that. Just wait, relax. Maybe later, but not right now. Wrong time, Dorinda. Sonia says that it's she wanted to say, did she say it's self-mutilating? Maybe she said people in the Bible, they say don't get the tattoo. They don't want you to get the tattoo. They don't want, but I can get on a whole thing of tattoos. I really can. I really can. okay? Because she's not finished, honey. Diva's not finished. As a matter of fact, I was on my way to get a tattoo when all this pandemic shit started. And I was like, God, now I can't go get no tattoo. Anyways, y'all will see when I get it. Another one. And they should be on 20. I have 20 tattoos. A little trivia about the diva. Yes. I think it's 20. Might be 21. I don't know. Sonia says it's a deal breaker. She won't have sex with any man with tattoos. And Leah, she gives us some insight and says, I don't think that Sonia will kick a man, a fine-ass man, out of a bedroom if he has an anchor tattoo on his arm. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. But the type of men and the people that they're around, more than likely the men aren't going to have tattoos. Like I said, Ramona is 60 years old. Like, they're of a different era. People that age and up, like the baby boomers, like, they really have problems with piercing and tattoos. Like, really have problems. Like, oh my God, you have a tattoo, you could lose your job. Oh my God. People don't, but you gotta remember, with tattoos are so creepy. I really had a problem with the conversation, but then I had to step out of it and be like, these women are old as hell. That's why they have a problem with tattoos. They just old ass ladies. And old people have problems with tattoos. They do. Ramona and LuAnn go and meet. Ramona meets a man while she's walking in to meet LuAnn for dinner. And she meets a man and exchanges numbers with the man at the bar. She says she's creating a vision board. Well, she called it a storyboard. She says she doesn't want to get married, but she wants a commitment. She just wants a ring. Let me tell you something. I don't even want to say it, but here's this white woman of age, over 60 and over. She's saying the same shit that these young girls, like, it's a mental illness. I don't care what y'all say, it's a mental illness. But from when you get of that age, you realize all of that shit don't mean nothing. And at the end of the day, you just really want a partner, because we are humans and that's how we relate to each other. We partner, right? It's not a forever monogamous idea that this idea of marriage has told you about. That's the idea of something lasting forever. Is just not like, it's just not realistic. But when you have people like Gregg and Nene, like, after all these years, we're not going to break up. We're going to stay together and we're going to do our own thing because we realize at this age, this is what works for us. Even if they do sleep in separate rooms. My grandparents slept in separate rooms. I've never seen them not in separate. My paternal grandparents always slept in separate rooms. And they was married, what, 80-something years, 70-something years? So, you know, Nene having a problem with, you know, Gregg sleeping in a different room, that probably works. That's probably what's going to keep your asses together if you really want to talk about it. But Ramona says that she just wants a commitment. She doesn't want to get married. So they want to go to the Hamptons. Ramona's going to have something at the Hamptons so that the girls can bond. And then she tells LuAnn, you know, I got a room just for you. It just has your own bathroom. She's selling it to her, right? She's selling to her. It has you know, it's everything. So, because, you know, LuAnn acts like an entitled white woman, right? They all do. It's funny to watch two white women practice entitlement. And it's so funny to watch them do it to each other. It's the most entertaining thing for me, is to watch two white women practice entitlement with each other. It's hilarious. And she tells LuAnn, I got a special room for you, because LuAnn always has a problem with her room arrangement because she feels like she deserves something better. She deserves the best out of all the women. She deserves the best room. And so then LuAnn says, you know, I don't need to be favored, you know. I can have any nice room. It could be the nice room. It doesn't matter, this and that. And Ramona's like, no. In the interview, she was like, I don't want no problems with LuAnn, because the last time, and they showed a clip about her acting a fool about being in a room with the fish on the wall. Like, Dorinda has this green room that have big bass fish on the wall, and LuAnn was not having it. First, she told me she lied. LuAnn lied about something. I don't remember what she said. Mentioned it to Leah. Oh, she talks about Leah. Oh, that's what she said. She was talking about Leah. LuAnn was talking about Leah, and she said that Leah just started telling her about how she was arrested too. LuAnn lied. LuAnn actually was telling Leah, yes, I had a rough year. I got arrested. I got a divorce. And then Leah was like, don't worry about it because I got arrested too. So the way that LuAnn told Ramona was that Leah just started sharing her life with her. And that's not how it went. So that's why I put LuAnn lied. Ramona and her dog Coco, who is 17 years old and she can't hear. I think it was so cute. She was calling the dog and the dog is just like... And then she screamed, Coco! The dog was like, wait, girl, what? You was talking to me? That shit was so funny to me. What's the name said? Ramona said, you know, she said something to the effect, well, you know, I'm looking for a partner. I got Coco, but she can't even hear me. I can't stand Ramona, y'all. Y'all know I cannot stand Ramona Singer. I cannot stand that lady. Tinsley and Leah, they're talking about going to the Hamptons, and Leah was like, I went to an all-girls Catholic school. I can deal with petty and catty. I can deal with the best of them. So we're going to see, because she does. She reminds me of Bethany. She does. She reminds me of Bethany, because Bethany to me was a girl who came up rough, right? But her father was still in some other shit. Like he was a horse person and, you know, ran horses and stuff like that. And she was still rough around the edges. She doesn't follow those etiquette guidelines that women in the Upper East Side, right? How they handle things, right? So what happened? I have a lot of notes. Let me hurry up and get through this. I didn't realize I had so many notes on New York. Okay. Well, Sonia and Dorinda Sonia tells Dorinda to give Leah a fair chance, because, you know, they kind of didn't really get off to a good start, because Dorinda kind of met Leah when Dorinda was cussing Tinsley out, and then Leah was like, girl, relax. Why are you talking to her like that? You sound hecka crazy. So she was like, yeah, you know, she has tattoos. Like, she's just this, I don't know, the way that they were just talking about it, like, oh my gosh, she's gangster and this and that. LuAnn shows up. Leah and Tinsley show up to the house, to the Hamptons. Ramona tells Leah, mi casa es su casa. So whatever you want in here, do whatever you want. This is my house, but, you know, you have free range. And then, so, Ramona takes LuAnn to her special room, bitch. When I tell you it was a carpeted basement that had a wide back TV. Baby, it had a wide back. It didn't even have a flat screen down there. It had a wide back TV down there. And I said, Ramona is a shady bitch. And to me, Ramona did that shit on purpose. Like, you want to be funny, bitch? I'm going to give you what you want to be by yourself and you want to be having the best. I'm going to give you a room to yourself. LuAnn was annoyed. She was annoyed. You have to have it lay in a certain way, like, you know, like the creases. Okay, anyway. So LuAnn, she had LuAnn follow her down to the basement. LuAnn was so outdone. She was like, what happened to the nice room? Like, she literally said that to her. What happened to the nice room you were telling me about? She was like, this is it. This is it. She was like, then it was hot. You know, it was too cold down there. And she was like, turn the AC down. And Ramona goes, it doesn't go down. Ramona was done with LuAnn. Do you hear me? She was like, girl, and nothing pleases her. And that's so funny. Ramona put her in that room on purpose. I don't care. Ramona tells LuAnn that, of course, her and Leah are going to get along together because they both went to prison. Bitch. She was like, or arrested or something. I don't know. Bitch. Bitch, she said they both went to prison. I was like, Ramona is fucking stupid. She gets on my nerves. That lady gets on my nerves. All I put in parentheses, right? Not parentheses, in quotes, was old ass TV. Because it was an old ass TV in that basement. LuAnn was so pissed. She was like, girl, what happened to the nice room that you was telling me about? LuAnn makes a joke that says that she's in the kitty room, she's in the basement. Girl, was carpeted and everything. It was so ugly. LuAnn is never satisfied. Dorinda is getting having a conversation with somebody about her house being flooded. The house at the Berkshires it was flooded, so she's getting some remodeling done and things like that, and it's kind of stressing her out. And she's saying that she used to live this carefree life when she had a very, very wealthy husband, and now her life isn't as carefree. You know, I was just like, wow, okay, all right. So nothing about me is carefree anymore. And then, you know, it's kind of a dig at John, because John is her partner right now. Well, they're not partners now, but during the episode, during the filming, they were still partnered up. And it's kind of a dig at him, because it's like women go into relationships to have a partner, and that partner needs to pull a certain amount of weight. But in Dorinda's case, her partner pulled all the weight, so she didn't have to worry about anything. When you see these housewives get divorced and their husbands took care of everything, like they literally lived carefree lives, all I think about is like, one day I can live a carefree life where somebody is handling shit and I don't have to do anything. When she said that, I was just like, whoo, I don't know if I'll ever know that. Hopefully I will know what it's like to live a carefree life and not have to worry about anything. But you see that. You saw that with Shannon. When Shannon got a divorce for her husband, she didn't even know that she had to pay the light bill or the water bill. You got to pay water too? What? Almost had her water cut off, honey, because she hadn't paid the bill, because he was paying, took care of everything. She lived a carefree life. And she says she just feels like she's so tightly wound right now. And she just has a lot of stressors. And she was like, you know, John, he is my partner, but he's never been married. He doesn't have any responsibility. He's never had any responsibilities or have been responsible for anyone. And he's just not the balance that Dorinda needs in order for her not to feel like she has to be worried about stuff. Leah gifts Ramona a Jo Malone candle. Jo Malone candles smell so good. They're not cheap either. And then Ramona shares that she was a buyer at Macy's, and then she opened up her own company at 30 years old. Leah says, has a similar story. So now Ramona kind of likes her, because now they have similar, like, you know, I came up, you know, Leah, remember Leah, she got her teeth knocked out by the cop when she got arrested, and she sued the cop. Like, these are things that happened to a black woman. That wouldn't be her story. She could not have sued the cop. We got people, black kids getting killed out here, and the people who kill them, they walk in the streets like whatever. Cops, same thing. You get hit in the mouth by a cop, he knocks your teeth out. You get $75,000, open you up a business, and now you set. Crazy, huh? She was out at 17. She owned her own company. So she has on this mesh bucket hat, which is like a mesh, very thin mesh bucket hat. And that becomes like, they're saying different things, like kind of picking on her. And she says that she feels like the weird girl in school with all the rich girls, who she's kind of like an outcast. She's kind of different from the girls. And she says she's having those same feelings again. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I agreed with a woman with a tattoo. That's what Ramona says. You see how crazy how it sounds? I can't believe I agreed with a woman with a tattoo. Girl, what? Says something about her tramp stamp, and then she was like, oh my God, do you ever leave your 1% Upper East Side bubble? Like, these women are really acting like they're sheltered, they don't know the world. Are you acting like you? Well, Dorinda's like, well, I don't know anybody with tattoos, and none of my closest friends have tattoos. None of you women, none of these ladies have tattoos, and that's just the truth. So how does Dorinda know that I have a tattoo? This is because Dorinda makes a comment about Dorinda. Leah says, I'm not the one. Don't fool with me. Like, she's telling Dorinda, you know, all these little snide comments that you're making. And Dorinda gives new people who come into the group, she gives them a hard time. Every single time she gives them a hard time. You know, and that's how women in groups behave. When the one comes in, you got to figure out, men act the same way. It's just like, okay, now you're part of our tribe now. Let me see. It's always one who has to test the new person, who has to kind of initiate the person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Dorinda's roles is, and she gives everybody a hard time, but Leah says, bitch, I'm not the one. Don't fuck with me. Like, I'm not the one. We can go toe to toe. They're sitting at the table, and Ramona gets Leah and Tinsley to clean up. She was like, can you girls help me? Because, you know, they're younger, right? Like about 20 years younger, probably. Maybe 17 years. I'd say 15 to 20 years younger than the rest of the girls, Leah and Tinsley. Tinsley's 43 and Ramona is 60. So what's that, 17? That's 17, right? Okay. Let me know if I'm wrong, because the only thing I know how to count is my money, bitch. Sonia, so she was like, why did you tell her I have a tattoo? And she was like, you know, I mean, you know, it's just, we're just talking and this and that. So when she tells Sonia that, Sonia gets up, she goes right upstairs and tells Dorinda. Tinsley said to her, don't say anything to Sonia, because Sonia is going to go, as soon as you tell Sonia something, she's going to go tell it to the person that you're talking about. So don't say, if you don't want, she was like, and that's exactly what she did. She ran upstairs and told Dorinda that Leah had a problem with the comment that she made, because Dorinda said, oh, I guess when somebody bends you over, they'll know your name, because she has a tramp stamp with her name on it. We go out to dinner, and I don't know, I said, oh, so Dorinda says, I wouldn't even recognize her in a lineup, and she would probably be the one in the lineup. Again, a reference to her tattoos, right? She tells Dorinda, you have a lot of hostility, and she does, and I'm glad she let her know that. You have a lot of hostility. What's up? Tinsley finally speaks up, and I think that Leah is kind of Tinsley's buffer, right? She says, Dorinda tells Leah, don't generalize me. Bitch, are you projecting? Like, you really projecting, because what you're doing and saying that she has a tattoo is generalizing her with every other idea that you think about people with tattoos. You basically generalize Leah just because she has a few tattoos. And the whole theme is what, like, Leah and these tattoos, and she has maybe 5. I don't know. I've seen a couple like on her body places, but she's having the one on her back removed because she doesn't like it. It is ugly. We get at the restaurant, and Ramona, she's greeting everybody at the restaurant. Hey, girl. And they were like, Sonia was like, girl, you're not a social light. You're a social heavy. You think you know everybody. You down here talking to everybody. She be talking to people she don't even know, acting like she knows the people. And they sit down, and they were like, LuAnn makes this toast. And LuAnn says, you know, basically she apologized. She wants to make amends with all the women for her behavior last year, even though she just demonstrated the behavior in the basement. But whatever, LuAnn. What the ever, LuAnn. So she gives a toast or whatever. Ramona is, you know, she's in her element, and Ramona's like, listen, I'm a flirter. I flirt with people. I like to socialize. I'm a social butterfly. I'm single, this and that. So she's on her phone. She got her seat faced outside, because they're sitting in a table, and she has her seat sitting sideways. Her seat is not facing front, it's sitting sideways, so that if she needs to get up and walk and socialize, that's what she wants to do. So she was like, I got a lot of friends. I can't help it. I'm social. I'm a flirt. Is that my problem? And then she says something like, I mean, well, you got, I mean, did she say what's worse? She's like, what's the problem? You guys are alcoholics. I like to flirt. Is something wrong with that? Something she said crazy. I was like, girl, your ass is crazy as hell. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Tell me what you think of the episode down in the comments, and we'll talk. Peace.